On the outskirts of the city of Stoke-on-Trent is an area of green fields and small pools. A place where people come to walk or run or just sit and relax. It is now known as Berryhill Fields, an oasis of verdant green which belies its darker and somewhat barren past. On the eastern side, a road separates it from what was once one of the largest housing estates in Europe. To the west and to the south, it is bounded by the towns of Fenton and Longton. While to the northwest, the brick and concrete of Hanley, the city centre, can be seen rising. But it was not always such a welcome vista. These 156 acres of beautiful community recreation space sit directly over a massive coalfield. For many years, the towns and villages in and around this area had an insatiable appetite for coal to fuel the kilns and furnaces of the pottery and steel industries. The air hung thick with smoke and dust. The dense clouds caused both pedestrians and vehicles to collide due to poor visibility. The local rivers and ponds had been polluted and lifeless for decades, and the land was scarred by vast spoil heaps and pit shafts. The local population became sick too. At the turn of the 20th century, due to a combination of hazardous employment, disease and pollution, a worker in this area could not expect to live much into their 50s. In 1889, deep underground, at what was then Mossfield Colliery, a massive explosion took the lives of 64 miners, many of them just teenagers, each one of them someone's father, husband, brother or son. Anne Bull heard the explosion. She was still in bed after giving birth 2 days earlier. Anne was told that her husband Joseph and her 3 sons Job, Joe and William had all been killed. Anne never recovered from the shock which caused her to have a stroke. She too passed away 2 years later. So massive was the explosion, and so complete was the devastation, that rescuers were unable to recover 5 of the bodies of the men who perished. The pithead wheels, which once raised and lowered miners up and down the shaft, are set into the ground at the top of what was once the old spoil heap. A commemorative stone marks the event thus. There's black ash beneath the green, gob fires burning under Gas Hill, and beneath it all, the bones of miners buried still. The old and now still pithead wheels are fitted with nameplates, engraved with the names given to the former coal seams. Perhaps they serve as a reminder that the fresh air, peace and tranquility enjoyed today was paid for by the dust, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the tragedy and the chaos of yesterday. Are people even aware that the ground beneath their feet is so alive with our industrial heritage? Maybe not. But it is equally important that this place is enjoyed and venerated as an area of respite from the trappings of modern living. Further down the bank are the remains of an old moated manor house. While there is little to see nowadays, excavations have revealed fragments of pottery which have been dated as far back as the 14th century. Some artifacts at Berryhill suggest a prehistoric heritage. However, these standing stones never formed part of a Stone Age ritualistic ceremony. They are, in fact, a modern installation, placed as part of the Millennium Project just some 25 years ago. But they do provide a place to sit and contemplate the past, or indeed, the future. Or just to admire the diversity of nature. So, if you venture onto Berryhill Fields, maybe from one of the houses or factories nearby, please enjoy it, use it, but above all, respect it, and respect the history that brought it into being. Places such as this do not exist by happenstance, but they can be easily lost through abuse or complacency. Or perhaps a carelessly discarded cigarette end. The choice is ours.